My best friend repaid me for hosting her birthday at my house by cracking my boyfriend of 3 years after I went to bed, so I guess his birthday gift to her was a ticket to Pound Town, and I'm scared to end our relationship. 22F, don't even know where to begin, my head is such a mess right now. So my boyfriend John, 24M, and I have been dating for 3 years, and at the beginning, it was the most romantic love story. I met him when I was 18 and starting dating him when I was 19, and QT more I dated him, the more I saw a future with him. He would always put time and effort into me, take care of me, and go an extra mile to put a smile on my face. But things have changed since then, to say the least, after about 1.5 years of dating. It started with little things, like him not wanting to kiss me as much or finding excuses to not hang out. We went from seeing each other every day to only hanging out maybe once or twice a week for 2 hours. I know he's got his own life and I'm not trying to control him, but I wish he would make me feel a little more special and maybe make an extra effort to see me. I should probably also mention that I suffer from depression and a low self-esteem, and it's probably really hard on John when I'm in a bad state. I try not to, but sometimes I just can't help feeling so alone and in the dark. So anyways, we were celebrating my best friend's, 22F, ex-best friend now? Birthday at my house last night with a bunch of friends, maybe about 20, and there was a fair bit of drinking. The reason she couldn't have the party at her house was because she shares her place with roommates, which was fine because I had no problem throwing her party at mine, as long as she helped clean the house up in the morning. The night went all right, but I noticed John and Sarah, the best friend, were getting a little too close, like him grabbing her from behind and spinning her around. But I just brushed it off because I never noticed anything before and we are all best friends. So after around midnight, everyone has left and John, Sarah and I are just chilling in the long room laughing about our night together. And when it was ready for bed, I set up a mattress in the long room for Sarah and John told me he'd be in our bed soon. So I went to bed and crashed alone. And maybe after a few hours, I woke up in the middle of the night desperately needing to pee. Now I don't have a bathroom connected to my room, it's down the hall. So I slowly get up and realize John isn't in our bed. So I went to walk down the hall when I start to hear like moaning noises, and I'm like WTF, and I peek my head down the hall to see John and Sarah cracking. I know I should have confronted them right there and then, but I couldn't. I just sneaked back into bed and cried silently. I didn't even have a chance to pee. So now it's morning, John snuck back into our bed and is acting like nothing's happened. I've lost a long life best friend and a boyfriend I put 3 years into you. I don't even know how to confront them. I'm not even sure if I can confirm what I had seen because we were all drinking. It's driving my insanity crazy. But the real kicker is that John and I haven't slept together in months, but he can sleep with her. I just feel so low. How can I comfort them and even begin to process this? I don't want to lose John. We have our ups and downs, but he's everything to me. If everyone has ever been in this situation and has any advice, feel free to let me know, just don't be too brutal. I think I already know what I have to do. Commenter: unbelievable, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I would first sit down with John and just be straight up about what you saw and heard. There's no way he can lie or deny it without looking like an idiot. I would deal with Sarah afterwards. Damn snake lol. Honestly though, if it were me in this situation, I would cut them both off right after confronting them. No questions asked. What your friend and boyfriend did was beyond betrayal. There are no excuses and I wouldn't even bother trying to hear them out. I'm thinking if doing this once Sarah leaves, which should hopefully be soon. I'm just hiding away in my room. I feel so pathetic. Update 1. I used the excuse that I had to text my mother what day we're hanging out today. I don't have credit and John knows that, so he didn't suspect anything, and I went through his phone and the evidence was pretty damning. They've been sleeping together for a while. I took screenshots of their conversations and sent it to my phone in case he tried to deny it. After all that, I confronted him when Sarah left. It was so hard to even get the words out. And you know what? He denied it. He told me that he loves me more than anything and would never do that, and that I should know that and stop accusing him of such silly nonsense. That's when I told him I've seen all of his and Sarah's messages. At first he still kept denying it, saying someone's hacked his accounts and he doesn't know what I'm talking about, but eventually he broke down crying, saying he loves me and doesn't want to lose me, but couldn't feel the spark anymore and it was the biggest mistake of his life. He wants to make this work and push past this. Well, maybe you should have tried instead of sleeping with my best friend? So I told him to leave, and of course he doesn't know where his car keys are and asks if it's okay to stay for a few hours when his best friend Mark gets off work so he can pick him up. It was so difficult to say no, but I did. I just wanted to be alone. I don't even know who he is anymore. He ended up finding his car keys and he's been calling and messaging me ever since. As for Sarah, I got a message from her saying this. I'm assuming John gave her the heads up. I can't even explain how sorry I am. My name. I never wanted to hurt you and I don't know how this happened, but something grew between John and one can't deny that what we have is so intensely strong and real. I hope we can work for this and I hope you can someday come to become okay with me and John being a couple. I wish you the best of luck and when you're ready, please message me. Lots of love X. So I don't know what to believe. John is telling me he wants to work through this while Sarah is saying they're a couple. I'm now going to be ending it with John and my mom is gonna come meet with me and stay for a few days to make sure I'm okay. Thanks for all the advice Reddit. Update 2. First of all I would like to thank everyone for yours words of advice and support. I really appreciate in a time like this. Some of you guys suggested that I send the messages that John sent me to Sarah. Me and my mom talked about it and how I might come off as spiteful and jealous, but I thought screw it. I don't owe you guys the time of day or respect, so I sent them to her. At first she didn't respond and ignored it, but then replied asking to meet up and discuss this. She's now playing the victim saying she had no idea that John still wanted to pursue me and that we've both been played. PFTTTT. I have no idea if Sarah messaged John or what came of those messages. I honestly want nothing to do with them anymore. My plan is to pack up all John's stuff and leave it out the front outside, then message him he can collect it while I'm at work. He's got 3 days to get it until I donate it to a charity. I also then blocked his number and every social media account, so he can no longer contact me. I've also removed his name from any shared responsibilities/accounts we have together and any mail of his that is sent to my address will be returned to sender because I'm not putting up with any more of him. As for Sarah, I have no intention of keeping that snake as a best friend. But unfortunately we travel in the same friend group, so I'll just have to avoid any future gatherings that she's participating in. Luckily I have friends that love me and will help me move through this. Thank you again for your support. Update 3. He picked up his stuff, loaded it into his car and then showed up to my door. I told him to pick it up during my work hours but of course he didn't have the decency to give me fudging that. I'm so angry. Mum said that he tried to walk through the door and she told him to get lost and slammed the door in his face. I could hear him calling my name and it made me cry a little harder but I just wish if I could have had the scarification of watching him have the door slammed in his face. Just arg, what a piece of trash.